Today, we're talking Palm Springs, the newest movie that's on Hulu. No, it came out this Friday, and it stars Andy Samberg and is put on by the Lonely Island production. So, let's just see what happens. Let's talk about this movie. Let's go. This movie starts off as just your basic rom-com. It's a guy meets a girl, they meet at a wedding, and they go off, and they go into the desert, because they're in the desert and all that. So they go into the desert, they start making out, oh, they're gonna get together, and then he gets shot by an arrow. So that just shows how this isn't your basic rom-com. I heard it was your basic rom-com, and you can see my surprise when I saw the trailer that came out, I think about a month ago, and it showed this. I thought it was your basic rom-com, and that's all I knew about it because it was from Palm Springs. I heard a lot of stuff about it. I heard it was really good, so I was very excited for this movie. I had no idea it had the sci-fi element into it. So this movie is kind of like Groundhog Day if it was a rom-com. It was really good, I'll say, but like, there's two types of people who see this movie. There's me, and then there's my brother. I saw it anticipating this movie. I've heard about it. I've heard it's fantastic. I was very excited to see it. Kanan knew nothing about it. I was slightly disappointed because I heard all the great reviews, great Rotten Tomatoes score, all this, people have seen it, oh, it's great. And it was great. Which, when you get that expectation so high, which a lot of people I've talked to did, you kind of get a little disappointed. But then you have people like my brother who didn't really hear much about this, and we just sat down and watched it together. And he was like, this is funny, it's good, and it's really good. He really enjoyed it, and he enjoyed it more than I would say I did, for the sole reason of I just heard a lot about this, and I was kind of excited about it. And for that reason, I kind of took away some of the gusto for it. But it kind of just follows your basic rom-com when meets Groundhog Day. So like they trapped and they try to get out as the first bit, and then once they've accepted their fate, they just do everything because life has no meaning and they have fun. And so that's the interesting part. That's the funny parts. And you really kind of enjoy that and just the back and forth because the two leads had great chemistry. They did a wonderful job. They were Andy Samberg, who most of y'all know, and then the girl from How I Met Your Mother who plays the mother. And so they were both really good, and I really enjoyed them together. The biggest problem I had with this was the jokes were very predictable, if that makes sense. Like, they would say a punchline, and like that would happen, and in your mind you'd go, this is what he's gonna say next, and it's gonna be funny. So like, most of the jokes you thought of yourself. And that's the biggest problem. Because like, some jokes you like come out of left field, and those are the best jokes. You can't read the jokes yourself. These, you know most of the jokes. You know what's going to happen once they set it up. There are some that are big surprises, and so that's kind of the big problem. Second problem is, I kind of got confused with the whole science behind it. Like, me and my brother during the movie stopped and had a conversation, was like, hold up, if this works, how does this work? If this, how does this work? If this works, how does this work? If this works, how does this work? And we kind of went back and forth, just out of curiosity of, okay, since two and like one person can start their day over before the next person, does that person no longer exist in that timeline? Does it create a different and so we had a bunch of confusing conversations. But those are really all I had bad with the movie. Now we're on to the good on the movie. Overall, this movie was really good. As I said before, the jokes, it does have funny jokes, and the acting is stellar. One big surprise is I did not know, I knew about this movie, I heard it was great, I saw the trailer. I did not know one of my favorite actors was in this movie, J.K. Simmons. Very underrated actor, one of the best supporting actors of his time. Like, he's not the best lead man, but if you've seen Whiplash, go see Whiplash. It's amazing. Like, it's one of the best movies ever made, and he gets one of the best acting performances ever done. And so I saw him in this, and I was like, I lost my mind because he kind of like covers his face up. But once he spoke, I instantly knew his voice. And I was like, what? He's in this? And I really was, that was a nice little shock for me because I love him and he does a great job acting because he kind of does play like the side villain. There's not really a villain, but he kind of is just for like comedic effect in a way. And so they can have a villain. But also the two leads are fantastic. Like, they really are. Andy Samberg, always been a fan. And then this girl, she hasn't really been in much, to be honest. And she comes in and just knocks it out of the park. And so just doing that fantastic job on something, I don't really know her. Like, as I said, she's the girl from How I Met Your Mother. She plays the mother. No one knows her. And she comes out and just nails it. She does a great job. And so I really have to applaud her for that. And because of that, I really enjoyed this movie. It's not the funniest movie you're gonna see. It had a few laughs, and I did chuckle a good bit, but it's not a funny movie. It's just a well-made movie, and that's the thing that I look forward to in this movie. And it's just, I really enjoyed this. I would give it probably like an 8 out of 10, because it has a nice back and forth, the acting's great, and so it's not the funniest. It's a really well-made movie, though, and it takes a different twist on your basic rom-com. That's the end of this. I just have one question. Have you seen Palm Springs? If you have Hulu, go check it out. What'd you think about it? Do you like this video? Tell me in the comments. Like and share this video for me. If you enjoy all these videos, subscribe. I got a few more on these. I'm trying to produce them more every week now. I put 2 out this week, most I've ever done before. And so I'm trying to put more in here. And please like and subscribe this video. Until next time, I'm Kale Family. Goodbye.